Do you ever get that gut punch feeling right after a purchase you knew you shouldn't have made? That little knot in your stomach when the thrill is gone and the reality of your bank account hits. You're not alone. For millions, this is a private, recurring battle. You make a budget, you set your goals, you know exactly what you're supposed to be doing with your money. And yet, you find yourself tapping your card or clicking buy now, almost like you're a passenger in your own life. And this isn't a new problem, but our world has perfected the art of making it worse. We live in an environment precision engineered to create urgency and trigger our impulses. That cycle of spend, guilt, shame is just exhausting. But what if I told you this isn't a character flaw? What if it's not about a lack of willpower? The truth is, it's a psychology problem. Your brain is running on ancient wiring that's clashing with a hyper-modern world of temptation. The game is rigged against you. But today we're going to look at the man behind the curtain. We'll explore the hidden psychological forces that hijack your wallet, turning fleeting wants into what feel like desperate needs. By the end, you won't just get why you do it, you'll have a playbook to start taking back control. First, let's talk about what's happening inside your brain during the shopper's high. When you consider buying something new and exciting, your brain gets a little hit of a powerful chemical called dopamine. Dopamine is often called the neurotransmitter of pleasure, but that's not quite right. It's more about anticipation and motivation. Neuroscientists like Stanford's Robert Sapolsky have shown that the dopamine rush is strongest not when you get the reward, but in the moments you're anticipating it. It's the hunt, not the catch. Your brain gets high on possibility, the thrill of browsing, of adding to your cart, of seeing a flash sale countdown. The maybe is more addictive than the thing itself. That's why online shopping can feel so endlessly stimulating. It's a constant stream of potential rewards. The moment you actually click buy, the dopamine starts to fade. By the time the package arrives, the initial excitement has often worn off and your brain is already looking for its next hit. This creates a powerful feedback loop. You feel a bit down, bored, or stressed, so your brain seeks a dopamine hit. You browse online, anticipation builds, you buy something, and get a temporary lift. But then, the feeling fades and is often replaced by guilt, which makes you feel bad again, starting the cycle all over. It's a neurological trap, and you can't logic your way out of it. Beyond the chemical rush, spending often serves a powerful emotional purpose. You've heard of retail therapy. Well, it's a psychologically verified phenomenon. For many, shopping is a form of self-medication, a temporary escape from feelings like stress, anxiety, sadness, or boredom. Think about it. When life feels chaotic and out of your hands, you can't control your boss, inflation, or global events. You can control that buy now button. The act of purchasing provides a fleeting sense of power and immediate relief. The problem is, it's a bandage on a wound that needs stitches. It's a short-term fix for a deeper issue. And it isn't just about bad feelings. We also spend when we're celebrating. Got a promotion? You deserve that new watch. Had a productive week? You've earned a shopping spree. These justifications feel perfectly logical in the moment, but they're driven by an emotional desire for reward, not a rational need for the item. This becomes a habit where any strong emotion, good or bad, becomes a trigger to open your wallet. Our brains are efficient, but to be efficient, they rely on mental shortcuts, or what psychologists call cognitive biases. These are systematic errors in our thinking that can wreak havoc on our finances. First up is the scarcity mindset. Your brain is wired for survival, and evolutionarily scarcity is a threat. So when a retailer screams limited time only, or only 2 left in stock, it triggers your brain's fear of missing out. FOMO. Your rational mind might know there will be other sales, but your brain's alarm system acts like you're about to lose a vital resource, creating a false sense of urgency that's emotional, not logical. Next is the bias of instant gratification. Our brains are hardwired to value immediate rewards over future ones. Saving for retirement in 30 years feels abstract. The pleasure of new shoes today, that's real and immediate. This bias is supercharged by modern payment methods. Credit cards and buy now, pay later services create what's called payment decoupling. They separate the pleasure of buying from the pain of paying. Swiping a card or clicking a button doesn't feel like real money leaving your hands. While financial literacy and awareness around digital payments are growing, these services are slicker than ever. And even though buy now, pay later is facing more regulatory talk, those convenient installment options are still everywhere at checkout. Finally, there is mental accounting. And this is our habit of treating money differently depending on its source. A tax refund or a birthday gift feels like found money, so we're more likely to blow it on something frivolous, even though that $100 bill is just as valuable as one from our paycheck. This is also where the "I deserve this" logic lives. We create a mental slush fund for treats that exist outside our actual budget, allowing us to bend our own rules. We are social creatures, and our spending is deeply influenced by the people around us. It used to be about keeping up with the Joneses next door. Today, it's about keeping up with thousands of digital Joneses on social media. Your feed isn't reality, it's a highlight reel of consumption. Every scroll is a parade of new outfits, exotic vacations, and shiny gadgets. This constant exposure creates a sense of inadequacy and intense FOMO. It's no wonder, then, that social media is a top driver for purchases. One 2025 report even showed that 56% of Gen Z's influencer-related purchases have grown since the previous year. It's not just about wanting what others have, it's about the fear of being left behind. Social comparison can make you feel like you have to spend money just to participate in modern life. Influencers are a huge part of this, blurring the line between genuine recommendations and paid ads. Beyond that, our culture often equates material possessions with success and happiness. And for some, especially those who grew up with less, buying brand name items can feel like it's healing an old wound. You're not just buying a purse, you're buying the feeling of security or social acceptance you might have craved. Okay, so your brain has some settings that are working against you. The good news? You can fight back. It's not about finding more willpower. It's about creating systems that protect you from your own worst impulses. Here are 5 steps to start rewiring your spending habits. Step 1. Create friction. The world is designed to make spending seamless. Your job is to add that friction back in. Delete saved credit card information from websites and apps. Unsubscribe from those tempting marketing emails. A killer strategy is the 24-hour rule, or even 72 hours, for any non-essential purchase over, say, $50. Put the item in your cart, but don't buy it. Wait. This simple pause interrupts the impulsive, emotional part of your brain and lets your rational, long-term brain catch up. You'll be shocked how often the desire just evaporates. Step 2. Identify your triggers, find a replacement. Emotional spending is a habit loop. Cue, routine, reward. The cue is the trigger: stress, boredom, loneliness. The routine is shopping. The reward is that temporary high. To break this, you have to substitute the routine. Pinpoint your triggers. If you spend when you're stressed, your new routine could be a walk, a podcast, or calling a friend. If you spend when you're bored, fire up a creative hobby. The key is to find a new behavior that gives you a healthier reward without the financial hangover. Step 3. Make your future self real. The battle over spending is really a battle between your present self and your future self. To give your future self a fighting chance, you have to make their goals tangible. Write down exactly what you're saving for. A down payment on a house, a trip to Japan, a debt-free life. Get specific. Make a vision board, tell people you trust about your goals, then pay your future self first. The most effective way to do this is to automate your savings. Set up an automatic transfer to your savings or investment account the day you get paid. That way, the money is working for your future before your present self even gets a chance to blow it. Step 4. Spend mindfully, don't deprive yourself. This is not about telling yourself you can never buy anything nice again. That kind of extreme restriction almost always backfires. It leads to what's called the "what the hell" effect. You break one rule and then figure "what the hell" and go on a massive binge. Instead, focus on being intentional. Before you buy something, ask one simple question. Does this purchase align with my values and my long-term goals? This forces a moment of reflection. It moves the decision from a reactive, emotional space to a conscious, value-driven one. The goal isn't to stop spending, but to make sure your spending truly adds value to your life. Step 5. Forgive yourself and move forward. You're going to mess up. There will be days you give in to an impulse. The absolute worst thing you can do is beat yourself up. Guilt and shame are massive triggers for more emotional spending. They create a vicious cycle. You feel bad, you spend to feel better, then you feel even worse. When you slip up, acknowledge it without judgment. See it as a data point. What was the trigger? What can you learn? The goal here isn't perfection, it's progress. Every day is a new chance to make a choice that aligns with the life you actually want to build. If this hit home for you, and you're ready to go from knowing to doing, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We drop new videos every week on the psychology of money to help you build a richer life. And now, I want to hear from you. What's your number one spending trigger? Is it boredom, stress, social media? Share it in the comments below. You'll probably find you're not alone, and just admitting it is the first step to changing it. So, why do you keep spending money you know you shouldn't? Because you're human. You're fighting a brain wired for instant gratification, a society that confuses your net worth with your self-worth, and an emotional system that seeks comfort in consumption. This is not a moral failing, but awareness is your superpower. By understanding the dopamine loop, the cognitive biases, and the emotional triggers, you can start to dismantle those automatic behaviors. It begins with creating friction, finding new ways to cope with your emotions, paying your future self first, aligning your spending with your values, and, most importantly, forgiving yourself when you fall short. Taking control of your money is about more than numbers on a spreadsheet. It's about taking back your power. It's about consciously deciding what kind of life you want and then aiming your resources, your time, your energy, and your money squarely at that vision. It's about building a life that is truly rich, not just a life filled with things.